Subscribe to the Monaresclub.
Yo, what's up guys? This is James bringing you another deck profile from the Monaresclub, youtube.com. I just profiled my King Piccolo deck not too long ago, the one I took to the store champ and ended up winning with. And then we got the new emergency ban list pretty close after that, which limited the Piccolo Jr. The King Piccolo new ruler, so that means we had to change the deck up once again. I had kind of written the deck off competitively at that point because of all of the consistency hits that it suffered between the drum and the new ruler, but we got some new tools in Cross Spirits that honestly made me want to look at the deck again, and hey, I've been doing really well with it still. I still think this deck's really strong. If it's not tier 1, it's definitely like a strong tier 2 competitor, and if you really like playing King Piccolo, I think you'll enjoy this build as well. Before I get into the video though, guys, I do just want to ask you, if you are not subscribed, to please consider doing so. It really helps the channel out a lot. Bring you new content every single week, free deck profiles, locals gameplay, commentated gameplay, box breaks, all sorts of stuff. So if you're not subscribed, please hit that button. It really helps us out a ton, and we'll get into the video without further ado. So, leader is King Piccolo. We all know what this guy does at this point. I'm not going to do a super in-depth breakdown of the deck. I'm just going to go over my updates for it. You can check out the other deck profile if you want a slightly more in-depth breakdown, but I think we all know what King Piccolo does by this point, so I'll just be showing off my ratios and kind of explaining my reasoning behind them. So we've got our 1-drops. Of course, we're still playing 4 Piano. You have to play 4 Piano. I'm playing 3 King Piccolo Dragon Ball Obsession. This card's just good. You know, obviously it just helps you find your Unison. It's your backup 1-drop if you don't have anything to play on turn 1. You really want to find your Unison because it helps make the deck work. You can play a 4th one. There's some flex slots in the deck still. You could play a 4th one if you really, really want that consistency, but I've been happy with 3, so that's just been working fine for me. Those are the 1-drops. We've got the babies here. We have 4 Tambourine. You got to play 4 Tambourine now because you don't have enough free plays out of your life with only 1 drum. 4 Symbol, pretty standard, and then of course our 1 drum. You know, this is pretty standard stuff here. We've got all of our King Piccolo children. And then we have our Unison too. 4 Piccolo Jr. There's no reason to play anything other than the 4 Piccolo Jr. It just works so incredibly well with our deck, and we just want to find this guy as our Unison play on turn 2 early and often. Okay, let's get into the new stuff. Let's see, new stuff. We've got 3 Son Goku Divine Presence. This card's absolutely crazy. It came out in set 14. If you don't know what it does, it's a deflect dual attack. He can't be removed from your battle area by your opponent's skills during your own turn, which means he can't be, you know, charismatic villain, essentially, is the biggest thing that would stop him there. He can still be hit with some few other things, but for the most part, between deflect and this auto, he just can't be. You're going to get to play this card on your own turn. Maybe your opponent will remove it on their turn, but, you know, you'll get a lot of value out of him in the process. He has an auto once per turn. When he attacks, you add up to 1 skillless battle card from your deck to your hand, then he gets plus 5k power for the turn, so that gives him, he turns into essentially a 30k along with his Activate Battle, which allows him to be played for a red-red. If you have 3 or more energy and you have 2 red cards in your combo area, you can play him for red-red from your hand. It's essentially like an Arrival, but with red cards only. And then when he comes into play, you choose one of your cards and give it plus 5k power for the turn, so you can use this defensively as a Sensu Bean, like on your leader. But primarily, you're just going to be playing this out on your turn 3 with 2 cards in your combo area. Play him, he gets plus 5k power. Swing, he gets another plus 5k power. He'll be a 30k dual attack on your turn. Pretty crazy. Don't play any skillless cards. I've seen some people playing like the vanilla Piccolo Jr. just as like a card to tutor with him. I feel like that's kind of win more. We already have a fat hand anyway, and we just play him as a 30k dual attack for 2 with some added utility, honestly. He's just incredibly strong. He's really, really good in this leader, especially because we don't have to pay nearly as many cards as other decks do, because our Activate Battle on our leader combos with the Namekians and the Demon Clans from our life, which means that this sets us up really well for the Goku Divine Presence, because you get to go Activate Battle, combo with, say, like a symbol from your life, combo with another card from your hand, so let's say like another extra little 1-drop, play him out, and you only have to spend 1 card to get him out. It's really, really, really good. This card's awesome, and is kind of the reason I still think this deck's really good. Rest of the cards, I've got 3 King Piccolo, First Steps to Revival. This guy, I was running only 2, bumped him up to 3. Just want to be a little bit more aggressive now. Eat into my life a little more, get some more free plays. I really want to just kind of be ending the game on turn 3 whenever possible, and this gives us those really big pushes. That also sets up the Goku Divine Presence really well on its own as well. It's really good. And then we have the Dependable Warrior Piccolo as our super combo. I still think this is the best super combo for the deck. I especially back in the day when we had extra drums and stuff, I could see playing splits with like Raditz and stuff, but now you just need that consistency. You want to have stuff to set up in your life every single turn with your leader, and you don't want to miss on that ever, so you want to make sure you have plenty of targets for that. Plus, being able to be comboed out of your life is pretty awesome, too. That's our core of the deck, all of our children, and then also the Son Goku Divine Presence. Again, that's Son Goku is just absolutely crazy. I really like it. I've also been experimenting around with the Surprise Attack Son Gohan, but he feels like more of a side deck card than anything. Getting into the negates, we've got our 3 Piccolo Jr., the King Scion. He's really good. Goes without saying, he's a 20k negate for free with a blocker staple to him for some reason too. 3 testing the opposition. This card, I think this is like the best negate in the deck, honestly. Especially with the kind of low to the ground aggro being kind of out of the format. This helps you defend your Unison on turn 2 so well, especially along with the Piccolo Jr. Because you start with 6 life anyway. If your opponent hits you once, it sets you up on the 5 for the testing the opposition extremely well, and then you can defend 2 hits on your Unison with the testing. Super good. I've got 4 Yamcha Merciless Barrage. The 4th one's kind of a flex slot. You can do whatever you want with the 4th one. I think you should always play 3. But I think Yamcha's just really good in the meta right now, and just having extra 15k free plays is not a bad place to be. I've got 2 Violent Rays. This is another card I'm not 100% certain on. It's another kind of tech slot. You could play whatever. You could play like the Surprise Attack Gohan here, or I've considered playing like Topo too, but I feel like with the Son Goku Divine Presence now, it's not really worth running the Topo because you're not really wanting to leave 2 energy up pretty much ever now because you have so many good 2-mana plays in the deck. So I think that having the 1 energy negate is just better, even if it comes at the loss of some flexibility in the combo step. Those are all our negates. Pretty standard stuff for the most part. Violent Rays, again, isn't like the best now, but I like it. It's still it's probably the best 1 energy negate in the format. Alright, so then we're rounding out the rest of the deck. We got 2 Frieza's Death Balls and then a whole bunch of 1-ofs because we're playing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck now. We got 1 SS4 Bardock, our secret rare, 1 Attack of the Demon Clan, 1 Furthering Destruction Champa, 1 King Piccolo the New Ruler, and 1 King Piccolo Time to Fight. So the Frieza's Death Balls are really just... Again, I'm really trying to close the game out on turn 3, most games if possible. You want to pivot to killing them on turn 3, sometimes turn 4 if the game goes long enough. And the Frieza's Death Ball pairs extremely well with your dual attackers, both of these guys, as well as with the Furthering Destruction Champa if you have 2 energy spare on your kill turn. Fighting Against Fate kind of goes without saying, same with the Supreme Kai of Time. This is probably the best secret rare for the deck. If you're playing more on a budget and you don't have this card, you can play a Heroine's Lineage naturally, and that would work too. Gohanks is also perfectly serviceable. I think this is the best one for the deck, though. Attack of the Demon Clan, I like just 1. 1's just been super solid. I don't think I would bump it up. I was playing 2 back when the drum nerf came out, but it was a little too clunky. I just want 1 to kind of play as like a redundant drum, but for the most part, don't want to get clunked up on extra cards too much. I think 1 is just extremely solid. Furthering Destruction Champa is just to help close out the games, obviously. New Ruler, we're only allowed to play 1, but of course we're going to play the 1 we're allowed to. And then 1 King Piccolo Time to Fight. This card is not nearly as good as it used to be because your old play would be to play King Piccolo the New Ruler and then swing and then evolve it and then give your Tambourine a huge attack and swing twice with that. It's not nearly as consistent anymore. You can still evolve with this off of the 1-drop, the Dragon Ball Obsession, so that's kind of a 2 energy play that you can do, or if this guy has lived from a previous turn, it's a 1 energy play. For the most part, you're going to be doing this as a 2 energy play instead, so this isn't always the best. I like this as a tech card for the longer matchups where you can kind of assume you're going to get to some more energy, like against like Hachiak, against Baby, stuff like that, because turning the Tambourine into a huge dual attacker while also getting value off of this is just an excellent way to close out games. Yeah, just the spicy 1-of with him. But yeah, that's the deck now, guys. It's really not that different. It's just we kind of took out the new rulers, added these Divine Presences in. Three's been like the perfect number for this card. I wouldn't bump it up to 4 because you have to have 3 energy anyway, and this isn't, again, not always what you want to do because it is a 2 energy investment. But yeah, we're basically just swapped out those for some extra, these for the Son Goku Divine Presences, and then added some extra like Frieza's Death Balls instead of the old King Piccolo Time to Fights. Just for that extra closing power since we lack, you know, a 20k double strike for free. But yeah, thanks for checking out the deck profile, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up in the comment section below. Again, I think this deck is still really, really strong. The amount of free play you get to do is still incredible. He's still the king of free. And if you like playing, you know, kind of a mid-range deck with a strong aggro pivot, this is going to be an awesome choice for you. So yeah, thanks for checking us out, guys. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit us up in the comment section if you have any comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Until next time, on the Monaresclub. Go